Alright, so here we are at our bar scale. Like I said in the other videos, this one actually has it in miles too, which I guess is good if you just wanted to see how many miles it was. But you definitely want to be working in kilometers or on the metric system. So meters and kilometers, that's what you want to be using. Alright, so here's our piece of paper. It was our start point at Mount Greylock. It was the top of that other hill at 1,702 feet. So we're going to go down to the kilometers, and we can see that our tick marks are way bigger than the bar scale, which is only 1 kilometer or 1,000 meters. So we're going to take that first one, put it on the 0, which is Mount Greylock. Then we're going to mark the end of the scale, which is 1,000 meters, and then just start over. Slide that down to the 0. Like I said, this bar scale goes in 200 meter increments, but you can see that that next mark is right in between the 4 and the 6. So that's 500 meters right there. So again, it's 1,500 meters. And that's just another way of measuring straight line distance on a map. Well, stay with me, we'll be back. We're going to talk about measuring curved line distance. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about, measuring curved line distance. Again, usually dealing with roads when you're talking about curved line distance. So on our map right here, we have this road. And we know that because it's in red, it's a major road. So our little example here is going to be, we're at this little pond here, the little blue spot of water, doing some fishing. Now we need to go back and meet our transportation at Harrington Road, which is right here. At the intersection of this main road and Harrington is where we're going to get picked up. So we need to hike it over there, and we want to know how far we're going. Again, we're going to take out a piece of paper. Is the easiest way to do this. I mean, you can use your imagination, probably use a piece of string in a strand, a paracord or something like that, and lay it along there. But the most accurate way to do this is probably with a piece of paper. So we'll run through that real quick. The trick to this, you want to stay on one side of the road or the other. So I'm going to go with the top edge of the road to do this demonstration. So we're going to start out at the pond, like I said. Might as well slide my paper over so it's going to get long here. And my paper's on the upper edge of the road. So I'm going to make my first tick mark where we're starting. And we want to use this edge of the paper here along that upper edge of the road. And we're going to put it as straight in line with that edge of the road as possible. And as soon as the paper runs off that road, we're going to make another tick mark on the paper and a little one on the map. Then we need to rotate our paper, line up them 2 tick marks, and do the same thing. Get the straightest part of that road from there. Again, another tick mark on our paper, little tick mark on the road, or on the map rather. Again, spin it, line up your tick marks. When the paper runs off the edge of the road, another tick mark on the paper and the map. And you're just going to carry that out all the way till you hit your checkpoint, which is that intersection of this main road and that Harrington Road. So we started here and we did that all the way over till we got right here. This is just for demonstration purposes. That's not accurate by any means. Now shifting back over to our bar scale. We started out here and we ended over here. So that's bigger than the bar scale again. So we just make a tick mark at 1,000. That's 1 kilometer. Shift it back to 0. And you can see we're just past the 2 on our endpoint. I'd probably call that another 30 meters probably, 25 maybe. So another, excuse me, put that on the 0. So another 225, 230 meters. So that's about 1,225, 1,230 meters that we went. Or, like I said, if we wanted to know miles, we can just slide it up to that scale if you have that on your map. And this is about 0.7 miles according to this. And again, that wasn't accurate. I didn't continue all the way down that road, but just for demonstration purposes. That's how you measure curved line distance. And again, using a piece of paper and using this method, just making the tick mark of your start point on your paper and your map where the road runs off the paper, using your paper as a straight edge on the edge of the road, another tick mark, and just continuing that, spinning your paper all along that road, however you need to do to get it the straight edge of the paper with the edge of the road all the way to where you're going to, and then just bringing it to your bar scale. So that's measuring curve line distance on a map. Alright guys, so that was our video on measuring distance on a map. Pretty short one, like I said, not rocket science, pretty easy. Most maps are going to give you that bar scale at the bottom, unless you're ordering like custom stuff or just random from some place that doesn't have it. But 99% of the time, a military map's going to have the bar scale. And just to throw it out there, everything we've talked about throughout this whole Land Nav series is based on a military grid reference system or military style map. I'm not going to get into civilian maps. I haven't dealt with them too much, and I don't have one to use for an example, but they vary a lot. So don't try to apply everything I've done in the series here to a civilian map, because you're going to screw yourself up. But again, that's my video on measuring distance. Pretty easy. And stay tuned. We're going to start getting into plotting grid coordinates, and we'll see you there in the next one.